If needed. We'll start with Jeff.
First of all, congrats on the comeback win, Coach. My first question is for you. First of all, what did Connecticut do differently than the first two times around? And in your opinion, what did you guys do differently to come back? And what can you most learn from a game like this?
Look, they played really aggressive. Obviously blowing up stuff. Fighting over screens, making it hard for us. But I think we looked like a team that had 5 days off. Oh yeah, we did actually have 5 days off. So it took them a while to wake up, to be quite honest, because we were not executing much. It was, okay, we're going to go compete or we're going down big, because this team is dangerous. So, yeah, they're making it hard for us, but, I love the poise and the resiliency of this group to come back and win against, obviously, a really, really good team on their home court.
Appreciate that. And, Breanna, for you, tonight was billed as a matchup between yourself and Alyssa Thomas, and it's safe to say both of you lived up to the hype. What can you say about your matchup with Alyssa, and what can you say, and what kind of a statement does it show from your team that you guys were able to respond to an early deficit and come back and pull this off?
Yeah, I mean, AT's obviously a great player and a huge part of what the Sun do, and she continues to, play the entire game, most games, especially as of late, and that's what her team looks at her to do, and we try to defend her, but she kind of got loose on us, as did DB, but the way that we continue to fight, I think that's what we're most proud of. The way that we came back, we were down 20.
Yeah, it's a lot.
In the second half, and able to continue to fight through that and never stop. And some things went our way at the end, but I think whether we won or lost, we would have been happy with the way that we fought. But much better when we win.
Appreciate your time and sales for you.
Stu, you guys were down big. I think it was the Washington game at home.
Yeah.
You went in overtime, and you were saying at that point, it was like, hey, we can use these things later in the season. Is that sort of like this game you were down big and came back and found a way to win, and that's a sign of a good team that you can do that on the road?
Yeah, and I think Sandy said it before, at halftime and probably throughout the second half. It's like we've been in this position before, whether we like it or not, and the way we continue to fight through it. And, until we kind of wake up and we're playing together on a string, we just need to make sure that defensively we do what we can to make it difficult for them and then push the pace. So we were able to do that.
And JJ, the second half you seem to dominate more inside and score both on the offensive end and control the rebounds. Just that a concerted effort, halftime, hey, I got to be more established in the post in the second half?
Yeah, most definitely. Playing aggressively and understanding that the team needed that from me. And yeah, just doing that.
Sandy, was there a moment like in that fourth quarter where you kind of felt things start to shift for you guys, or what was it sort of like for you coaching on sidelines?
Yeah, no, look, I thought, as you said, let's get single digits by the end of the third. I think it was 10. They made some shots here and there, and I just we're finding our game again. That wasn't, it looked like we were trying to wake up, trying to find how we wanted to play against a good team. We haven't played this team for a while, but we just got back doing the simple things, just playing really tough, being in a position. They still scored some, but we still kept them, 34 points. That's pretty good in any team there. So I just thought we had good pace. We're getting stops. We're rebounding. We weren't getting them second chance points, and we're making it hard. Now, DB was a thorn in my side tonight, but she was great. But we could have done a better job in certain places. But we face them again soon.
Maggie?
Stu, what have you learned about yourself since playing for Liberty?
I think that what I've learned about myself, I don't really know if I've learned it, but just continuing to kind of remind myself to play through everything, no matter what happens. It's not about stats, and knowing that my impact on the court matters, and making sure that I was doing whatever I can to help the team rebound or communicate. Knowing that sometimes it's just a struggle, but you have to stay with it because you never know when you're going to get a chance to kind of do what you do. I don't know. I don't even know if I answered that question.
That was
You
good.
did.
You did. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, you did.
You did. Resilient little thing. Big thing.
Sandy, it felt like some stretches where Marine was in, she kind of changed the kind of complexion of the game, especially I think there was that one point and there was like 3 guards and you guys started to kind of come back a little bit earlier on. what did you see from her tonight?
Yeah, we put B at the 4. Because she's, B's a scorer. She can do a lot of things from there. We thought it complemented JJ, wrong team, a little bit better in that regard. But we went small. We wanted speed. We thought they're the ones that have played a little bit more regularly. We hadn't. We should have a little bit more, energy in the reserves. And I was just telling them, just push, play quicker. We're playing too slow and allowing them to, put hands on us and be physical and take us out what we wanted to do. And Marine's one of the best at that. The speed and, I know she got a charge, but, just getting into the paint and moving the ball quickly. And then trying to establish JJ down low. I mean, that was really the goal in the second half, and it worked well. And, we came away with a really good win.
We'll go over to Zoom, starting with Jackie.
Good evening, all. Congratulations on the win. I want to start with JJ. How do you think your team out-hustled the Sun? I mean, you've been a part of the Sun. They're still a team that prides itself on that. That was a culture that you were a part of. How do you think you all overcame that?
I mean, I think we just stuck together, honestly. I think we got a little bit tougher, like Sandy said, in terms of like getting over screens and less switching and trying to stay with our intended matchups. And then like being proactive with our scrambles and understanding like where we needed to be. I think that was the biggest part of it. And then obviously getting on the glass. But ultimately it was about us staying together and just chipping away at the game piece by piece.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And Stewie, for you, when the fourth quarter ended in the way that it did, what went through your mind about when it came to how you all were going to try to figure out how to get this one done?
That we were exactly where we wanted to be. We fought back from down 20, 5 minutes to kind of win the game and really realize that, we could play with poise and composure instead of trying to dig ourselves out of a hole and just do what we do.
Thank you, and congrats all.
Miles?
Hi, Sandy. Jonquel played fewer than 10 minutes in the first half, but was the dominant force after the break, battling nonstop for deep post position. So on a night where the outside shots just were not going down, how much of a luxury is it for you to be able to pivot the game and switch to playing through JJ in a way that we haven't seen all that frequently this season?
Yeah, I mean, it was what we needed to do, I thought that was the advantage. That's how we're going to exploit them. We didn't do well enough in that first half. We were slow. They made us clunky and took us out of everything we wanted. So we made an emphasis, like JJ, and JJ did the rest there. I know I didn't play her much in that first half, but she took it on her to have a really great 25 minutes to finish, and that's we're here because these two really, but it's everyone. Like Breanna as well had a very poor first half as well. We just kind of told them to wake up. Come on, this is not Liberty basketball. And we fought. And this is why I'm so proud of them, because we stay together. We're just going to find a way to win. And if we didn't win tonight, like I said, Shuey said it, I would have been proud because we kept fighting.
Thank you. And Breanna, huge offensive rebounds really helped to keep this comeback. There were 12 on the night. You had a really big putback in those final seconds before Courtney got that steal. How would you describe the never say die performance this team put forth after falling behind by 20 tonight, especially when you look at those effort plays that are just leaving it all on the court in those final seconds of regulation?
Yeah, we just didn't stop, and that was it. We would have played until the final horn or the final whistle, and that's what we did. Knowing that we had to make plays, and all of us were able to be a huge part of that.
Thank you both so much. All three of you. Sorry, JJ.
No, you're good.
Karina?
Hey everyone, congrats on the win. My first question is for you, Coach. To rally from 20 points down and execute down the stretch to force it to overtime, who would you say kind of stood out as a leader that kind of helped mobilize the group to stay active on both ends of the floor tonight?
Yeah, I think Saluti. She was in there. She was yelling at them, rebound the ball. I think they got one just before, and and making the right passes out a bit. But I thought Breanna had really good poise. She made the big three, and They all did, just the offensive board, Slutty's steal. I mean, we always keep believing, we work on end of game stuff, and some days it works, some days it doesn't. Today, we found a way, and Breanna made a big shot and got an offensive board, and it was just the pursuit. You got to just the game's not over until it's over.
Absolutely. And then my second question is for either Stewie or JJ. You don't want to win games from behind all the time, but what is it about games like this specifically that kind of helps you with the end of the season kind of wrapping up soon and the playoffs being around the corner?
I think it just kind of proves what we've already known, that we're a team that if we stay together, we can accomplish anything. That some games is going to be games that are tough, and some games sometimes we make it tough ourselves. But it's about our poise. It's about being able to stay together as a team and understanding that we can get it done.
We'll finish with Brian.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Hi, everybody. JJ, my first question to you is, throughout the night, you were able to start wearing down the Sun on the interior. What did you think you were able to sort of figure out from Connecticut's defense as the game got deeper into the fourth quarter and into overtime?
Just like I said before, just having a post presence, being strong with the ball, and not overthinking it. If they send a double, getting the ball out, and whenever I had opportunities, just taking it strong to the hole.
Thank you. And Sandy, after it looked like the Sun were really on fire in the first half on offense, but the defense started to pick up a lot as the second half progressed. What did you think was the biggest sort of improvement from the first half to the second on the defensive end?
We played harder. As simple as that. They made so many threes, but they were all open. We weren't competing. We had no urgency. We weren't helping each other. We weren't doing the schemes that we had worked on, which we'd been so good at these last few weeks here. And it was just we know what we're capable of. So it's just after 5 days off, sometimes just needs to get it going. And they were so aggressive, so it kind of took us out of rhythm a little bit. But we found it back. So very happy about that.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
And Breanna, in overtime, you were really able to sort of.
There you go. Keep
No,
going, Brian.
you guys go. I'll talk to y'all on Saturday.
No, it's okay.
I'm here.
All right, last one. Breanna, you were really able to sort of pick up the baton in overtime. How did you think you were able to really exert your will on the Connecticut defense in the OT session?
Continue to be aggressive. Know that no matter what happened throughout the first 40 minutes of the game, that we still had 5 left, and making sure that no matter what I was doing on the court, I was making an impact and staying confident.
Thank you.